What's going on, YouTube? Hope that you are all well today. It's your boy Tastemaker's Palette here to bring you another review. Great, great day to you all. Hope that you are all well. Here to bring you another review. Had kind of on this retro sneaker kick, and just going through sneakers that are kind of the underdog, or not even on the radar enough to be considered an underdog. I go through, go through combing through the net, and sometimes physically shopping, looking for deals and looking for, maybe looking for something specific to an outfit or something that I can buy generally. In this instance, for sneakers to kick around in, or whatever the case may be. And I'm seeing so many undiscovered gems, or gems that are just left behind because they're not aligned with trend. And I'm just like, I can't believe this shoe is here on sale. So I snatch it up, of course, and some of the time I'll just kind of vault it up and break it out later on down the line, or sometimes I just I'll go ahead and rock it. But I got quite a few of those, and it's just funny because like you can see the difference. Like 1 year you can't find a shoe, or 1 year a shoe is marked up for resale 2,000%, and then another year, 2 years later, another year, that same shoe is on sale, 35% off, and you couldn't give the shoe away. So that's one of the reasons why I think that trends are a gift and a curse. I do think that trends, to some degree, do lend themselves to, innovation and fashion forwardness of style. But the trendiness versus the, what is good about the trend is just, it's an abomination. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's talk about what I'll be reviewing today. Nothing super special, something we all know about, but I'm going to be reviewing the Jordan 1 Low, okay? So let's talk a little bit about it. I have a pair that I purchased. It's still a brand new pair. I purchased them maybe about a year or so ago, and as I mentioned before, I just vaulted them up because I saw them on sale. They were like 89 bucks. And I remember a time where the Jordan 1, which was maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, and still now to a degree, but now much less than before. Like you couldn't even find a pair of Jordan 1s anywhere. If a Jordan 1 dropped, then that whole drop was wiped out in every size, from the babies to the adults. When I say the adults, I mean I don't care if you were wearing size 18. Like everybody was on it because it was just a trendy shoe to have. And I just I went on like hibbitsports.com. I don't even really shop at stores like that, but I combed through them just in case, and found these shoes for like 89 bucks. And again, it's just like, this is a dope shoe, and why is it just sitting around? So let's take a look at the shoe, and let's talk a little bit about the shoe and why it's so iconic. So boom, here we go. Jordan 1, white, red, and black colorway. And this Jordan 1 is not, I know they mass produce these things, and sometimes they put out silly colors, and they just put out anything because Jordan sells itself. But this was actually a really nice pair. Like, if we look, this is the Jordan 1 Low, of course. So first and foremost, classic silhouette, Jumpman on the tongue, nylon tongue, leather upper. But here are a few treats that I got from this Jordan where I was just like, why is this thing on sale like this? Pebbled red leather around the ankle for contrasting. Pebbled black leather for the check. So I actually bought 2 pairs of these because I thought these were a really nice pair of shoes. The bottom it's like a red bottom for contrast. And you see that there. And just a really, really nice, clean shoe. You get the, so for those of you who don't know, the Air Jordan, this is the original Air Jordan logo. And this was designed by Peter Moore. Peter Moore designed the Air Jordan 1 shoe. It was designed based on, it was comparable to other shoes of the 80s. This Air Jordan 1 dropped in 1985, Jordan's rookie year. And I think Peter Moore, he was like on an airplane. And like, I think the story behind it was like a flight attendant gave a kid her collar pin, which was, I don't remember if it's American Airlines or whatever. One of those logos has like wings as a logo, and the flight attendant, he saw a flight attendant pass a child her collar pin, and he asked for one because he got an idea. He knew he was designing the shoe, and so he asked the flight attendant for a pin as well. The flight attendant gave it to him, and he went and kind of expounded on the pin and put a basketball in the middle and put Air Jordan around the top like that. So that's how this logo was born. And this logo was the precursor to the Jumpman. So this was before there was Jumpman, which I think came out, I don't want to misspeak, it may have been on the third Jordan. The second Jordan, I believe, still had the wings. But this was the original Jordan logo. So, and you'll still see that from time to time on the shoes and garments. But just a dope shoe for $89. I actually bought 2 pairs. I have a pair on ice. I still haven't worn these, but I have some ideas. I'll probably wear these in the summertime because they're mostly white. But I mean, just a beautiful shoe. Just a beautiful shoe. And what this does for me is Jordan 1. It's nostalgia. It takes me back. It takes me back to to the 80s. I mean, when you think about these shoes, I think about, like this shoe is the prototype for most of your luxury shoes, kind of baseline luxury sneaker. So when I think about, I think about like Saint Laurent and the Andy and those types of shoes, and some of them, not necessarily Jordan 1, but there's a lot of them that are. And I think the Andy is not the one that I'm thinking of. The Andy is more like a tennis shoe, but even Lanvin, they have a basic shoe like the Clay. It reminds me kind of like a flat Jordan. There's quite a few that borrow from this Jordan 1 and that have taken influence, or in some instances just completely taken the silhouette of a Jordan 1, recreated it, and created a luxury shoe out of it. But again, it takes me back to a time, like I'm going back to the 80s, and I'm thinking about all of the shoe brands that like most people probably don't even know about the 80s. Like I think the Reebok Pump was introduced in the 80s. In 89, there was a shoe called Spot Built. There was the Converse. It was like a Converse shoe that was out. I can't remember. There were the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, which came out in the 70s. What else? Avia, the Avia 880 with like the airplane on the logo. Had the ponies. Just all of these great shoes that were just out, and they are, they inspired the designs of today. But some of these ghost shoes that you don't even know about, there's influence from those shoes on a shoe that you love and you've never even heard of these shoes. Adidas Centennial, gosh, so many. I mean, it's too many. Nike Alpha Force. There were quite a few other Nikes aside from the Jordan during that time. That Spot Built, I think it was called the Express. Diodora, Converse Cons, New Balance, the James Worthies, 87. Oh gosh, Puma Sky LX, Puma Ralph. I do these videos and I try to remember everything. Most of the time I can remember these things when I have someone to have a conversation with, and they'll jog my memory. The Night Vandal. That's still a relevant shoe. Gosh. And the list goes on and on. I'm not going to hold you here and take you down memory lane. And, you know, I'm being a bit of a museum right now. But all of these shoes just, you know, they just remind me of the 80s and that style of shoe, you know, when there was more than just the Jordan 1 that was looking that way. So let's take a look and see what the Jordan 1 looks like on foot. I feel like we all know, but let's you know, let's take a look. So go ahead, put it on here for you. And you guys will see my last couple of videos. My floor has been a bit messy. Guess what? Don't do as I do, do as I say. Keep your floors clean. And, you know, the Jordan 1, I think, is a forever shoe. The trends may take them in different directions. I think the same for the Air Force 1. I've seen the Air Force 1 rise, fall, rise again. There's certain shoes that are, they have such a sleek and basic look to them that they will never not be a good shoe to have. So, you know, I'm an old school guy. I can get away with it. I don't, you know, I'm always gonna wear these types of shoes. So don't pass up on these guys. I mean, you know, even in the event like an $89 shoe, or if you see any of these shoes in a decent silhouette, you know, I don't see why you wouldn't pick them up. I do understand the game now, you know, in terms of OG and making sure you get OG colorway and that type of thing. I'm all about that from a collector's standpoint. And I think that it does add more value when you have an OG colorway, and if you can find a pair that was actually manufactured during a certain time, if you can find a certain edition of a colorway, I'm all about that. But as long as it's not like a silly, goofy colorway, you know, like geared toward children, unless you are a child, then, you know, I think these are still great shoes. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ground. Let's go to the ground floor. And let's give these bad boys a whirl. I actually laced one and left one unlaced so you can get a taste of what they look like both ways. So I know some people like to stay unlaced. Some people like to lace them up. For me, it's all a matter of comfort. Like if I'm just running out somewhere, I'll unlace. But if I'm wearing like a pair of jeans and I'm trying to clean up, lace some shoes up, because it's just a cleaner look. But just a super dope shoe, I considered selling my extra pair, kind of on the fence about it. I may put them out there for a high price, and if someone is willing to pay that high price, then fine, I'll let them go. But I'll leave them out there for that price, and if nobody buys them, I'll just keep them. And I, to be honest, I don't think that anybody is going to be game to buy these for a super high price, because there's nothing hype special about them. But at any rate, let me know what you think. Let's see, like, comment, subscribe. Let's see what your thoughts are on these. And yeah, man, just a great shoe. Wanted to bring them to you. So thank you guys for watching this review today. Again, like, comment, subscribe, join the Tastemakers Palette community. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate all my subscribers for sticking with me. I'm gonna continue to bring you good content and you know, kind of review what comes in my way. And I promise to keep keep up my end of the bargain on that. All right, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Tastemakers Palette out. Peace.